What is going on, everybody? Kit Bash here, back with another review. This time it is of the Mafex X-Men animated version, Storm. See right there on the box. I want to show you guys the box. You guys know I love these Mafex boxes, the different types of artwork you can get on them. It's really cool. You can display them any kind of way. Product shots on the back, legalese on the bottom there. That's enough for the box. Let's get to the figure. Here is the Mafex Storm figure out of the box. Sleek design here. It really captures the look of 90s animated Storm. It does more so than the Marvel Legends version. We'll take a look at that later. I just want to punch in here and take a look at the details. This figure is really nice. The sculpt work is really nice there. You see the folds in the fabric. That's something we're going to talk about that happening. We're going to talk about that later. That's actually one of the problems with this figure. I do like this figure a lot, don't get me wrong, but the shoulder pads just could be better. They pop out extremely easy. I get it. They made them to articulate, but they just pop out really, really easily. I do really like the gold on this figure too. And what surprised me was the more like metallic look on the legs. I wasn't expecting that. Also thought this was a thigh cut. It kind of bums me out it's not, because if you look at Mafex figures, some of the knees, they go inward, and I get it, but at the same time, I would like them to not. Yeah, the cape is pretty cool. I wish it was wired. I don't think it's necessary, but it would have been nice. The gold really pops though. I like how the gold really pops on this figure. Take a look at that head sculpt and the hair sculpt as well. Looks really good, I think. I think they did a pretty amazing job on this figure. Even got the gold on the earrings. Looks really good. People were talking about the side profile, saying it looked a little weird, but I think it looks good. I don't think it looks bad or anything. So for articulation, you get, the head is a little limited because of the hair, but you can also see the hair doesn't really sit next to the body, so she can look up just the slightest amount. If you get the neck involved, she can actually look up. Even though the hair's there, you do get some side to side. There's a shoulder pad issue. You do get some side to side. She can look down. The shoulder pads are on a ball joint. You can see right here. Shoulder pads on a ball joint so they can get out the way of the arms, so she can lift her arms up. You can see that. Lift the arms up, shoulder pads out the way. But that just makes them fall out really easy. At least this one does. This one pops off extremely easy. The arm goes about that far up, which is really good. I was expecting less because I thought this was going to be one piece. But if you look in here, they engineered this to go over the actual shoulder, which is pretty cool. And I'm noticing too, you could probably see it, there's a little shading there. I didn't even notice that before. See if yeah, you can see the shading on the torso too. I didn't even notice that before. There's the shoulder all the way up. It will 360, but the shoulder pad will pop off, but there's a shoulder pad. So it'll 360, you see the cape will twist around though. But it will go that far up. You will get a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbow is pretty good range, especially for the cloth and the regular stuff being there. The wrist is on a ball joint, so you can get the up and down, left and right motion. The torso articulation is a ball joint, so you can get a swivel and then a crunch back. There's forward, and then with the lower crunch, you get about there. The lower crunch and upper, you get about there. There's a lower ball joint too, which is can also be a swivel. So there's a swivel. Belt is a floating piece, so that gets out of the way. For the hips, you do get about that far forward. That far back, there is a drop down as well. You can get a little bit more. Double jointed knees, she cannot kick her own ass. The ankle goes up and down, but it's really hindered because of the sculpt. They tried to sculpt it like the actual boot, which is not bad, but I would just prefer it not look like that, just for the range. And then you get the toe pivot too, show on the other side. Overall, this figure's great. Besides the pitfalls of the shoulder pads, everything else is pretty great. I might attach these with magnets. I might go in and do that because these fall off really easy. Another issue I have is the head is really tight. I don't know if I'm the only one, but the head's really tight on there. I mean, I could sand the ball joint, but I kind of like it. It just sucks when I'm trying to swap everything. Oh yeah, another issue too is the way these connect. They should have tucked this cloth right here into the bracelet. I think that would have made it a little bit better. That's an issue I've come across. It's not, I don't want to I feel strange calling it an issue. It's not an issue because it's not bad. It's just that when you pop this hand on, you can still see the cloth sticking out. I guess it is an issue when you want to swap the hands, because if you pull that off, that's going to come off. And then you see in the back here, Here's the holes for the shoulder pads that don't like to stay on. But like I said, I think I'm gonna replace these with magnets. I think that would be a little bit better. Because what happens with the back too, I know I'm rambling. You have to line up these holes right here. You line up the holes in the back with the ball joint here. And it's just not the most secure fit. Do it on both sides. I honestly would have preferred them to just make this permanent, like just make it to where it didn't come off and still swiveled. See, I'm trying to pop one shoulder pad off. Pop one on and one pops off. But yeah, I would have preferred that be permanent just so you wouldn't have to worry about them coming off. I wouldn't have minded that as much. Now they're on now, but the more you pose the figure, the more you pose it, the more they'll work themselves out of the ball socket, so they'll fall off randomly. That's a problem. I don't like that. But overall, though, the figure is really great. Like, I like it so much more than the Marvel Legends one. It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, considering the price and the sculpt and the paint and everything, I would hope it's better than Marvel Legends. But yeah, let's go over accessories. So for accessories, I'm going to take the cape off because it's going to fall off anyway. For the hands, you get a pair of fisted hands. You also get this pair of relaxed hands. You get these open action-looking hands. They can be used if Storm has a headache. It worked pretty good for that too. You get these more aggressive action style hands, like effect type hands. Like if you wanted to make it look like, shoulder pad's gonna come off. If you wanted it to make it look like she was throwing lightning at someone. You also get these other like styled action hands, more open style hands. So if you wanted to make it look like she was conjuring tornadoes, I guess. And I just broke my figure trying to switch the hands over. That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't even know what to do now. But anyway, you also get this peg hand here for the effects. One of the effects, like this lightning effect, if you wanted to put that on here. You wanted to put that on here. Let me get that broken hand out the way. You wanted to put that on here to make it look like, not look like, to make it, you know, like Storm was throwing lightning at someone. You can do that too. You also get this effect piece too. This one has a hand attached to it. I don't think you could take it apart. Aggressive lightning attack, I guess you could say. You get that for both sides. I just can't put this one on because I broke the peg. You also get 3 different head sculpts. Now this one and this one are different. Now I don't know really what the difference is with these two, besides the color of the hair. This hair looks more blue than this one. This one's more gray. But I don't know. Taking a look at them, is there a difference here? Like, is there a reason they're not this? Are they different? No, wait, they do look different a little bit. I don't know. That's the one I just had in this hand, but I don't know. Besides the lips, this one does look a little looks a little less glossy. So I don't know. The hair's pretty much the same. Sculpt's the same. I don't understand why they included different heads. Maybe somebody could tell me in the comments. Let's compare this one to the Marvel Legends version. You can see the Legends version is all right. It's more of a like dimmed, muted white. I don't know why. There's a lot of things I don't know why they did what they did here. Like they didn't use gold, they used yellow. It's kind of weird, but I am happy we have the Mafex one, Mafex Storm. I like this figure a lot, despite me breaking the wrist, which is funny because I have swapped all of these hands on here before. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.